Hey racers, CM Smallerbee here. Welcome back to our Guides and Gears series. This entry will be all about liveries, decals, and the Decal Market. Are you struggling to create your perfect cart? Well then stick around for some tips and tricks all about liveries. We'll start by creating a decal together. To create your own custom decal, head to your garage, cart, livery, and then create decal. Here you will see the basic decal design menu. You can select your slot to begin creating a decal, or you can select Load Custom Decal at the bottom of your screen to edit previously made decals. For now, we'll create a new one. Selecting the slot will allow you to choose what you want to add to this layer. You can select a basic pattern, image, or a custom decal. Be warned, the layers in each custom decal will count towards your total layer count of 100. I will be recreating my classic triangle wrap design, so I will select the basic triangle pattern. Once you select that, you will be taken to the Edit Layer screen. From here you can toggle between editing the color and the position of each layer. Let's set our triangle to be red and a bit smaller. Once you swap to Edit Position, you can shrink your layer. Your layer will shrink in both dimensions by default, but you can hold the modifier button to shrink only the width or the height. To find the modifier buttons, please check the control display on the right side of your screen. You can also directly input the values you'd like to use. Since I've made this once before, I know I want the size to be 2020, and I will directly enter that value. Since this design makes use of one repeating shape, we will use lots of our different options to make this decal perfect. First up, we will be copying the layer. To copy a layer, select it, hit copy, and then edit the newly created layer. For the copied triangle, we want to rotate it 180 degrees, but there are a few different ways to do this. You can either rotate the image manually, set the rotation value to 180, or you can check out the extra options menu at the bottom of your screen for a shortcut. This menu will display a few different flipping options. You can flip horizontally or vertically, and you can either flip the image or the position of the image. Flipping the image will flip the layer itself, while flipping the position will mirror the position to the other side. For this triangle, we will select Flip Image Vertically. For the triangle shape, this accomplishes the same purpose as rotating it 180 degrees. When doing small movements like this, make sure you're holding down the Fine-Tune modifier button. With that layer done, we have a few more to do, but we can do them even easier. Let's go back to our created layer and select it. Now you'll see some new options. You can change the slot order, which determines layer order, edit the layer, group it with others, delete it, or copy. Grouping layers allows you to easily move the position of multiple layers at the same time with the exact same changes, but grouping layers also allows you to quickly copy multiple layers at once. To group layers, simply select a layer, hit the group button, select each layer you'd like to group, and then select if you'd like to either group or ungroup them. Copied groups can even be ungrouped to be adjusted individually. For example, let's say you wanted each triangle to be a different color. You could simply ungroup the copied groups, then change the color of each one individually. You can even group together two groups of layers, then when you ungroup this slot, the two smaller groups will stay together. Those are all the little tips I have for creating a decal, so while this isn't the full wrap I'd normally make, we'll call it a day and talk about the Decal Market next. The Decal Market allows you to buy and sell decals other players have created with Lucci. Purchasing a decal from the market will cost 500 Lucci, and 350 Lucci from each sale will go straight to the person who created and listed the decal. To access the Decal Market, head to Livery and then select the market. When you first open the Decal Market, you will be taken to the Seasonal tab. This section lists the top decals from each season, sorted by the number of downloads. Tab over once and you will find the Weekly section, very similar to the Seasonal section, but only on a weekly basis. The next tab is your favorites, where you may favorite up to 100 decals, and finally, we have the Listed Decals tab. This is where you will list your own decals and check the status of your currently listed ones. You can find decals a few different ways, with the most obvious being scrolling through the Weekly and Seasonal tabs, but you can also search for decals. Each decal may contain up to 3 tags. You can either pick tags from the list provided, or you can enter your own. Entering a custom tag is a great way to share decals directly with friends. Once you found a decal you want, buying it is as simple as hitting claim. Listing decals is pretty straightforward as well. On any of the main pages of the Decal Market, select List Decal in the top right of your screen. Listing decals requires a listing deposit of 500 Lucci. Don't worry though, this deposit, minus a 10% fee, will be returned to you when your listing expires. From here, you simply need to select which decal to list, then assign it some tags. While you may enter up to 3 tags, they are not required. Once you're happy with your tags, a confirmation screen will pop up, and from this screen, you can be sure to check out our terms of service and user-generated content policy before listing. Once you are ready to list, simply hit list at the bottom of your screen. Each listed decal has a processing period, and you can tell if your decal is still in this processing period by checking if it shows pending registration on it. An actively listed decal will display registered, and a decal that is no longer on the market will say registration expired. If your decal is not popular enough to make it to the top weekly sections, it will be removed from the market to allow room for new decal. Don't worry though, you can always upload it again. And that's everything you need to know about liveries in the decal market. That's it for this installment. We'll see you in the next guide video.